This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Our fall calendar includes gathering livestock from high summer pastures and trailing them home to lower country. Our cattle have spent these recent months climbing to the tops of cool, breezy ridges, grazing on sunny slopes, and lying in grassy parks. Summer vacation, you might say, as they prepare themselves and their calves for the winter ahead. When we get the cattle home, it's like looking at our own school report card to see what shape they're in for weight or age, and to see how many are pregnant. Most important, though, is getting all the cows home. We try to count how many go up and how many come down, but some will mix with neighbors' cows or end up where they don't belong. You never say you've got 'em all, ranchers say. Instead, someone might ask, "How are you coming with your count? Are you getting close?" "Count 'em in the gate, count 'em out, count 'em every time," Stan says. A few years ago, he held tight to the idea that we were short 7 cows. 7. He knew it. He counted in and out. 7. And among them, a marker cow that had never shown up. The ranch hands in the family weren't so sure. We'd looked everywhere, and we were tired of hearing about the Phantom 7. But Stan wouldn't give up. He hired a plane to look for them, and sure enough, he found them. Across a fence miles away from where they belonged. 7 diamond-tailed cows just waiting for someone to open a gate so they could come home. I went with him horseback to retrieve them. We got them home, even if it was in January. Finding all of the cattle in the fall is a big job for many ranchers. Some of them are where they're supposed to be, and others have wandered off to explore new ranges or mingle with other cattle. I like to imagine that they have made new friends, formed social clubs, found favorite places to eat, and traded babysitting. Now, as I ride toward a little bunch, they stand and stretch, bawling a bit to resist my intrusion. From a distance, I can see that I am short a calf. One of the cows is dry, I see, when I get closer. I don't know her story, but her bag hasn't held milk for quite some time. Maybe the calf died, or maybe it has just gotten by as a bum somewhere. We'll figure that out at home. Gathering the cattle holds some urgency because of the variables involved. Where we'll find them, whether we'll get it done before hunting season, when the weather will change, who's available to help, and what the cattle market is like. Nowadays, most cowboy crews are family and friends, a pared-down version of the old roundups. Too often, we don't appreciate the chance to do this work, surrounded by beautiful landscapes, riding with great companions. We hurry so we can get to the next job, because there's always another one waiting. I love this time of year, though, and the work that goes with it. The fall roundups bring ranchers together, neighbors who scattered, just like cattle, throughout hectic spring and hot summer, when feuds flared because of straying cattle, downed fences, or sparse irrigating water. Now part-time and full-time cowboys meet, riding to locate animals that use the summer to wander. Under the warm autumn sun, we have time to share coffee from a thermos, and we can let the troubles and petty squabbles dissipate. It's a chance to exchange news, too, and useful information. "We have a cow and calf of yours. We saw her in the other pasture, and we're gathering to the high corral on Monday. If you can't make it, we'll keep her safe for you," a fellow tells me. Today, riding along with the sun on my back, I notice that my newly gathered little herd includes a pair that belongs to our neighbors. Their home ranch is 50 miles to the south, but our back fences border, and as the crow flies, or as a cow goes, 50 miles isn't far. In the ranching world, distance doesn't determine the bonds of friendship anyway. Stan and I drove through dirt roads earlier this same week to retrieve a cow that had shown up at the neighbors' working corrals, and we finished out the day by driving down more dirt road to Hyattville, so we could enjoy dinner with these friends at the local bar and grill. We'll need to call them and make a plan to return this pair to its rightful home. It's an honor to have neighbored these folks for multiple generations. This ranch family has hung on, since the late 1800s, when present-day matriarch Eleanor Walters Hamilton's grandfather arrived in that part of the Bighorn Basin.